Today is August 22nd, 2024, 7:01 p.m. and we're starting the Sykesville Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. So the first thing is approval of the meeting minutes and summaries from the past few months. So I motion to approve the May 23rd minutes and the June 27th and July 25th summaries.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No.
I watch.
Okay. So the first item of business is September Sykesville movie. So we're going to be showing the Super Mario Brothers movie Saturday, September 14th. Should be a good one. The new DVD player worked great. Oh, thank you, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all the bells and whistles we need or wanted.
Yeah.
More than
It's
enough.
all sufficient. Well, it's smaller too, which is nice. It's more compact.
And the ads ran smoothly.
Oh yeah, the ads are great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that still works, like us doing the ads, but you burning them. Cause
Yeah.
you can't. Yeah.
Easy peasy. Yeah.
And I didn't hear any problems with the popcorn machine, the new door.
Popcorn machine was great. Colin said it worked really well, and it was so clean. So thank you very much, Public Works, for shop backing it out.
Nice.
Because those side pieces are hard to clean. So it looked brand new. It was so nice. Colin said the door, nothing got in, so it was perfect.
Okay, good.
Worked great. Great fix. I have 2 new volunteers for the 14th movie, and the Snack Shack was already very fully stocked for July, so we're good for August.
Do we want to talk about the speakers?
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned our sound system being a little harsh.
Being harsh.
Yeah, like
Okay.
loud and
A little too loud.
grating on the ears.
They considered backing up a little bit.
Well, I think the issue is
Because
movie.
it could be.
The
That,
movie was older.
it was definitely partially the movie, I'm sure.
that movie had a lot of whispering in it and then loud noises. So,
But that's a lot
so
of
it
the
was a
movies.
hard
It's always
balance.
a struggle.
Yeah, I know.
But I did feel for the first time that I could hear a lot of the
It's
words
different,
of the
yeah.
movie. And in the Snack Shack, we generally can't hear anything. It sounds like Charlie Brown's mother. But I truly heard dialogue this time.
But we were also wondering if
Is
there's.
that a speaker issue? Like we need the speakers are old. And,
I don't know. I think it was a mix. I think it was a mix of the movie,
okay.
probably the speakers, and then also it's just hard to figure out like what volume it should be.
Like the mixing board kind of thing.
Well,
Oh,
the
no,
mixing
you
board is Billy and I just in the back going
Yeah.
like this.
I mean, you could have like a TV reader and
Yeah.
just set it to same
Is there
every
any-
time, but
Is there any like decibel level that?
just find one that
Like a
at least
safe one or something.
complies.
I don't want to be like harming
It's
children's
hard,
ears.
it's hard to find because the ads are going to be at one level. Each movie's different. It's not like you can set the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it really necessitates an action other than readjusting if needed.
Agreed.
I think the movie was a little
the rest of
louder
this
than
year.
normal too, just a little
Yeah, I
bit.
think the past few movies it's
Yeah,
been louder.
but at a movie theater, I mean, it's loud, right?
Yes, it is.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that warrants like getting new speakers for at least like that the rest of this season.
Okay.
But they are original. I mean, we've had them since day
Yeah, we
one.
can look at it next year.
Mhm.
That could be a potential upgrade for next season, maybe.
Mhm.
That you'd already sent me when we were having issues finding the cords. Like
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
already sent me.
I could have got Joe to buy anything that day.
We were ready. We could have ordered everything.
But you have like wireless speakers pulled back halfway up the audience.
Sure.
And that way we could balance it out a little bit better.
Oh yeah, that would be a great
Yeah,
idea.
pretty cool.
I like that.
Surround sound.
Surround sound, yeah.
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Something to
like
think
that
about
stuff.
over the winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so Snack Shack, we're good. Chris, are you going to be there?
Yes.
Okay.
And I can put up and take down signs for August.
Thank you. Okay. Can you also pick up the cash box and key?
Always.
Okay, thank you. And then, Billy, are you going to be around to help with movie setup? Although I feel like after the last one, like I feel like I'm getting the hang of
I
it.
got
like,
it down,
I
right?
just
But
need
I'm on
muscle
call.
help.
I plan to be there, but there's a slim chance I get called out.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll be there for September, so.
Me too.
I feel confident that at this point that I can figure out
Mm-hmm.
how to connect everything.
Just keep plugging them in until it works.
Pretty much.
As long as you have all the equipment.
You hear anything? No? Okay.
And so we had this on our list a few months ago, but we weren't able to vote for it. So we talked about shifting the food donations to South Carroll County Food Sunday. Is that something that we're still considering?
It's always been South Carroll
Wow.
County Food Sunday. I was gonna put it out there. Could we maybe go with Hope Rising? But Billy, we wanted you here for that because you started Carroll County Food Sunday, and I didn't want to make a decision without you.
I'm indifferent if it goes to a
Okay.
good place. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we kind of need to change. It's less about food and more about detergent, feminine hygiene, diapers, wipes for babies. It's more. Give me the word because I can't think.
Household cleaning?
There it is. Toothpaste, toothbrushes, deodorant, stuff like that.
Hygienic stuff.
That's it.
Personal hygiene.
There it is. See, I
think you
needed
said
you
that.
all.
Teamwork. Nice.
Do you know if they have a website that I can pull stuff from or?
Yeah.
I
Open
will.
advertising.
I will get in touch. I will get in touch with them and send it to you.
What was the name, Chris?
Hope Rising. They're through Wesley, United Wesley Freedom Church.
Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do we need to vote on that officially?
I mean, if we want to change it, then yeah. But I mean, do we have time to do that? Because I think people are kind of used to bringing food. Do we want to do that now? Or do we want to say like, okay, maybe starting next year? Or
That works. Let's continue. I agree with that.
Okay.
Let's continue with Carroll County Food, and then we'll make the change for next year. Okay.
But they will accept canned goods as well?
I don't know. I'll ask. Canned goods would go to the food pantry at Wesley Freedom. Hope Rising is more about the personal hygiene products.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll still get you the website, Alex.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Do we
So
vote on that now then? Or do we put that on an agenda item later? Or do we just vote now?
Yeah, you can vote now. Just say,
Okay.
hey, starting next year, we'll
2025.
shift the donation location.
Okay.
want to make the motion?
Oh, okay. Oh, I've never done this before. I make a motion to change our donations for movies and concerts from Carroll County Food Sunday to Hope Rising,
In 2025.
Second.
Starting next year.
Ooh,
starting next year.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so any other concerns with the movie?
No, but I brought up with
Oh,
Joe,
no cards.
we ran out of thank you cards. And I write thank you cards with our SPARC logo on it to the sponsors. And now that we have a new logo, we need to order them. In the past, because we literally just ran out of them, Judy ordered them from Vistaprint.
Oh,
So I
It's been a
know,
while.
I know. It's been because we only write them to sponsors. We've never written thank you notes for anything else. So we need to order some thank you notes so I can write our 3 sponsors. Thank you for sponsoring us. So that is way out of my league how to design them and order them. So that's off me. I'm just saying we need
Take care
them.
of that.
Somebody help
Take
me.
care
And I know in the last year we did Facebook boost stuff, and I was the one that normally did that, and I have not done it for any of them this year. Do we want to do them for the last 2?
I would like to, yeah.
I dropped the ball on that. But.
Oh, no, that's okay. And we can try to get Carrie to do that too.
Okay, yeah.
Because I know, did we ever coordinate, like, I guess, like the SPARC Facebook page and get it transferred over to like the town?
Yeah.
Okay, so all that's
I
done.
think the Facebook one was easier. It was the Instagram.
It was the Instagram
a
that
little
was
trickier,
causing
but,
trouble.
But yeah, we got that
Okay.
figured out.
All right.
Yeah, so yeah, that'd be great.
Yep. So we want to do the movies and the concerts,
That would be great.
or just the movies for now?
Concerts could probably use some promotion.
Okay.
They're the
Yeah.
harder thing to get audiences for.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook boost.
Mm-hmm.
And we already have budgeted funds for all this, that's what.
Right,
we don't-
right.
So then moving on to music in the park.
2 bands have told me they've mailed the.
So I have contracts
Contracts?
here. I don't know if you need a copy for anything, or if
Nah.
we just hold them, and then whenever we cut the check,
Yeah.
we'll have a copy of the contract and the check, just be ready for concert night, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just waiting on one more.
And
I
that'll be
have-
October?
I'm not sure. It would be.
Oh, yeah. So
Liberty.
the 2 we have are Duffy and Rowe, Duffy and
Yeah.
Rowe, and Here Till Sunday.
Yeah.
So those are that's the September 7th is Here Till Sunday, and September 28th. So
Well, sorry, say that again.
September 7th is the Here Till Sunday,
Uh-huh.
and Duffy and Rowe is September 28th.
What was the other date?
October 5th.
October.
Okay, yes, that's the last one.
Okay.
And I have volunteers set up for all
Yep.
3 concerts.
Okay.
Awesome.
So Snack Shack will be live for all of them.
Mm-hmm. Nick, the concerts are 5 to 7, correct?
Yep.
Do you want volunteers there at 4:30 to start setting everything
Yeah, that'll
up?
be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can put out signs October 5th. Volunteer for that.
I will, now that the signs are kept in here, I won't be able to get them now that school started again, because I
Okay.
don't get home till like 5:30. So.
Cool. Joe, just leave them out on the.
Yeah, we can leave
You do
them
that?
out. Oh, yeah, we can leave
Okay.
them right out on the
'Cause
side.
usually I put out the signs for the concerts.
Okay. So you'll do September 7th, September 28th.
Sure, yeah.
Alex will do October 5th.
I already know ahead of time that I definitely can't attend the September 28th one. I may not be able to attend September 7th, which makes me sad because Here Till Sunday's my favorite.
Yeah, yeah.
So who else from SPARC is available for the concerts to help out?
I can be at all 3.
Okay, thanks Chris, awesome.
There might be one conflict with soccer, but I think I can be at all 3. October 5th might be I don't know, but I can let you know at the second.
Okay, well I'll definitely be at the October 5th, so at least I
Perfect.
just wanna make sure
Okay,
that
good.
volunteers can do it.
September 28th, I could maybe do, but I have to double check. The other ones I definitely can't do.
I can be at both September ones and run the snack shack while you
I gotta
take
check
care
on
of
all
the
that.
concert.
No worries.
But if I can, I'll be there. I'll let you know.
And then the last thing is the fall cleanup. So that's, oh,
I have 2 volunteers for that, and I've already sent a message to the person in charge of service hours at Century High School, so she'll put that out in the first nightly news that goes out. Because this is when seniors start to panic at their senior year, because they have to have 55 hours by junior year, and then this is when they start to panic. So I'm hoping we have a lot of kids that can show up at Cooper Park at 10. I like that we narrowed it down to 10 to 12.
okay. So then thinking about more specific activities. So I don't think we should do anything like
21.
project-based.
September 21.
Like planting flowers, I guess. So things like cleanup, cleaning up the litter. Maybe we can scrub the bench. I don't know if the playground equipment, if that could be scrubbed, that would be beneficial. Clean up the pavilion some, sometimes I've seen people, there'll still be little things of string tied to
yeah.
them. So
Yeah.
And again, with the splash pad closing, the pavilions have been booked up all summer, so every Saturday and Sunday. So it's this is a good time for us to get in there, and any staples that are left over that we can pull out of, all that stuff would be good.
So if the town thinks of anything else,
Okay.
or little small activities that we can do.
Do we still have the flower pots there? Can we put the flowers in the flower pots and just not plant where you and I planted, Alex? Because that was rough.
Are the flower pots there?
We might have moved
I don't
them,
remember seeing them.
but we could always put them back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. It's easier to plant them in a.
What spot were you talking about? That was tough. Like by the
Well, I
sign?
was thinking of South Branch.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
project we didn't finish, but I was like, I want to do things where if we don't get to finish it, then it's okay. It's not like, yeah.
I think we planted flowers, like fall flowers, like around the sign, and then we did the pots.
Yeah.
And we cleaned up the pavilions and do a quick litter pickup, stuff like that. It should be pretty good.
Will the bridges be done?
No,
No.
bridges are. It's a pain in the butt.
Okay. That's not an Eagle project. That's a.
It was well, they were originally built as an Eagle project. We can just talk about this now.
Okay.
So we had originally had a grant to try to get those refurbished.
Oh.
Well, it turns out they can't be refurbished. They're not up to a proper code that they need to be. So in order for us to actually do any of that work, we'd have to go through Carroll County and get basically like a water disturbance permit, because all those bridges go over like waterways now.
Okay.
So it's highly likely that we're going to have those bridges removed so that we can put something more to code in their place. And that's not likely to happen with the grant that we had gotten for that originally, because it's just not
Understood.
going to be, I don't.
Right, right.
This has been one of those projects that will not work. Like every time we try to like, oh hey, I think we got a solution, and it was like no, and then you got to go through this and you got to go through that, and you're just like, okay, well then the cost just kept going up, and you're like, okay, well this is, if we're gonna spend real money, then it's like, well then we should put real bridges there.
Okay.
So to be continued on the bridges.
Sounds good.
All right. Any emails?
Emails. I got email from somebody who said that the zip line is broken again.
Like today?
Yeah, I got it today at about noon. So
So close.
the bumper to the far end of the zip line split and fell off. It was holding a spring back and will need replacement.
Okay.
Oh, so it's not the zip line.
It's not the zip line.
It is I guess the thing that you smack into when you use the zip line. And then I got an email.
That's
from,
an easy fix.
How thin is it?
Yeah, it just looks like a
Those
block of
bumpers, they
rubber.
do wear out, so
Yeah.
you know, usually our guys pay attention to that kind of stuff. So it's like, and usually we have some in stock, so that's probably something that we can fix hopefully tomorrow. If the spring's broken, that might be a little bit more of a pain in the butt. And as long as the line is intact, we're okay.
And then I got an email from somebody who was interested in debuting one of their homemade movies at our film festival, not a film festival, at our movies, which brings up the old idea that we had once upon a time of having a local film festival, which I think would be cool.
Okay.
I don't know how successful it would be, but I think it would be cool if it was.
The problem is that I couldn't be outside because we only have so much time that it's dark, right? Like.
Right. Wait, what do you mean? The film festival itself?
Yeah.
It would have to be short. Maybe like movie length. Like typical movie.
So it'd be like, okay, but so it'd be
Like
like a
short
bunch of
films.
like
Short
smaller,
films.
yeah.
10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
I like that idea. Yeah.
I like it
I
too.
mean, you could almost debut them like before the actual movie. Is that what you're talking about, or like
No,
like
like
an
replace one of our movies
With them.
this.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's an idea.
Yeah.
Or you could play them all summer,
Yeah.
right before and have
Or
people vote
yeah,
on them.
right. We could have like a little mini feature before the main movie,
Right.
and then do a vote at the end of the season. That's a cool idea too.
My concern with that though is that we already start the movie pretty late for young children.
Yeah.
That it's hard for
Especially-
them to even get through
You
it.
see a ton of them
June
leaving
and
before
July.
it's over,
Yeah.
as it is.
Well, depending on how many submissions we get the first time around, it might not be every movie. It might just be 3 or something. Or it doesn't even have to be a contest style thing. It could just be, and maybe we could just show it after the movie for people that really want to stick around.
I think you get good turnout because all
So too.
friends and family will be
Yeah.
showing up for these movies. You know,
Yeah, play it at the end. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Keeps everybody there. Keeps all.
and you take the equipment down.
I don't think people would stay that long.
Not June. June is way too late.
Yeah.
June is way too late, but August, September, October they'll stay because we can start the movie so much earlier.
Well, the short film that Nick is talking about it's apparently like a skateboarding story, right?
That's what I assume. Yeah.
But it's also about like life in Sykesville.
Yeah.
So it was somebody that, like Sal at the skate shop had told me about it when they were working on it. So I guess it's ready. I haven't seen it.
I think it's
Well,
done.
could they follow like a concert night? Concerts are over. It starts to get dark.
We have
They've
to
got
be a lot of
an
setting up.
audience.
But yeah, that would be an option too.
Doesn't have to
Probably
be
our last
Saturday.
our October concert would end right around when it starts getting dark. So
Would you want to preview them though? And
absolutely,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. They
Yeah.
can't be unseen.
but I didn't know how to respond to the email. So just say
Send it.
it's a possibility for next season.
Yeah, tell them we're
maybe.
interested in showing it, but we need to see it first.
Yeah.
Please send it to
Okay.
us.
And
So I wouldn't give like a
think that's-
specific timeline yet.
yeah, right.
Because yeah, if we really like, I mean, that is an option to show it after one of the concerts. It
Mhm.
would be more work for us trying to, set all that up, but.
And they could come to a meeting, but it would be like closed caption. Like the cameras wouldn't be on just for us to see it, so we're not already
We get a private
showing it to
screening.
everybody.
Private
Carroll
screening
County
in
Public
town.
Schools does it all the time with their Board of Ed meetings, This is a private meeting, so we would need this so
Closed
that
session.
we were all here to watch it. We'd need a private session, yeah.
That might be like first closed session in SPARC history.
Exactly. Making history here, people.
And I think that's it. That is it. That's all the emails.
Thanks, Nick. Any town updates?
So we talked a little bit about the bridges. So some of that money that was going to go towards the bridges has been reallocated. So I think I've mentioned before this program Open Space. So this is a grant that the town gets basically every other year. We'd applied for funding to get the lights along Cooper Drive and to do some pavilion renovation, like small pavilion renovation, like close up the holes in there so it doesn't rain on people, things like that. But with some of the bridge work now getting pushed off, we've reallocated that funding to just doing more work along Cooper Drive. That parking lot got beat to hell, so it's like it needs to be repaved. So a lot of that money's going to be go to that. So again, we just hope that Cooper Drive's in a lot better shape next year. So just continuing to do improvements to Cooper Park. Only 2 more weeks of the splash pad, which, man, that's nice when that's closed. It's so busy up there during the week. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to go up there like during the week, especially in the mornings, but man, it is just jam packed. So it's like we love people coming to the park, but yeah, when you get like the last few weeks, it's just like, all right, when's Labor Day? So, and then the last item, and again, this has been on the back burner since Jana's retirement, but we have finally made a decision that we are going to hire a replacement for Jana, but it's going to be more specific for parks. So Jana kind of did most of the park stuff on the side, and her duties were more planning and zoning related. This person is actually going to be dedicated to parks. There's going to be somebody that comes to all the meetings, that can always be available to help with events. Still tweaking a job description, so we haven't released anything yet, but I just want to let you all know that certainly by next season, when events start kicking in, you're going to have a dedicated employee that can help out with this kind of stuff. So.
Perfect. No. I thought you were looking at me to do it. No.
Yeah, it's open to anybody. And that's all I really had.
Okay.
Unless anybody has any questions for what's going on in town. Yes, Main Street's it's getting paved again.
It was beautiful driving down. I'm like, this is so nice. My car's
it
going to
is.
stay in my house.
Hopefully this is the last time Main Street gets paved for quite a while.
When's Springfield going to be done?
Yeah.
I don't have a date from the contractors or from the state. I have a guess, and this is literally Joe's guess. So if anybody's watching, it's just me. It's probably like the end of October is what we're looking
Oh,
at.
that's not bad.
Yeah, because I mean they're getting pretty close on the stormwater improvements. Because again, that's the pipe that's going in right now, and that only goes up to Central Avenue, and there's a little leg on Central that has to be installed. Then it's going to be sidewalks, basically just replacing the sidewalks that are there with new sidewalks, and then repaving.
Nice.
So
Are they just sidewalks up to Central or sidewalks all the way? up?
it goes past Central to where the existing sidewalk
Where
is.
the broken, the one that.
Yeah, so all that'll be replaced and tied into the existing sidewalk, and then all the crosswalks that I bet people don't even know there were crosswalks that went over to the school. All that will be replaced as well. So it will look nice one of these days. It's just taking.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah. If you first. You
No,
got
no,
it?
no, that was
Okay,
it.
I didn't know where that question went. But since we're nowhere near the shortest meeting ever, I'm going to try to take it the other way.
Okay, go for
The
it.
longest meeting ever. Now, I do have a couple of things. Okay, Sykesville Cinema sign, I don't know if you know, that's partially down.
Oh, I didn't know.
Springfield and Third,
Okay.
over at,
Yep,
whatever you
yep.
call it at that
Oh,
point.
oh,
Yeah.
And then, is there any opportunity for, Centennial Park with the bricks, the engraved bricks that are there around Centennial Fountain, I should say, Old Main Line Park?
Yep.
Is there any chance of that coming back where, people could
For somebody
sponsor?
to buy brick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we always do the bricks, the military memorial bricks out here.
Mhm.
And I think they're only slightly different, but I think if anybody wanted to sponsor a brick, we could make that happen. Like there's nothing that's preventing that from.
I've heard lots of people talk about it, so I mean, if we can advertise it in some way,
Yeah, okay.
I know I'd be interested myself.
I want a brick.
I want a break.
Yeah.
That's all good bricks.
We'll all get a brick. It's SPARC brick.
That's all good bricks.
So I will say this too. So the town and I'm trying to figure out when. So we have let's call it a streetscaping project that's being designed down there. Now the design is pretty much done. It's going through the review process with Carroll County. So hopefully within the next month or two we have full approval and ready to bid that project. That will include improvements along Baldwin Drive, and that will include some improvements to Fountain Park. So again, that might be a time to kick it all off and just say, hey, if people want to start improving bricks or purchasing bricks, that would be an opportunity for them.
Okay, that would be excellent.
Yep.
All right, thanks. Now, it's going to be the longest meeting ever and the largest audience. We have two now. Happen at the same time. So we talked about this, I think, last month. I want to just touch on it one more time because my PSA to everyone, keep the park clean. It didn't work, apparently. It's filthy. So, I've been in Sykesville 35 years. And Cooper Park, it's been pretty spotless for all of those years, up until Splash Pad.
Yeah.
There's a couple knuckleheads at a movie event or concert, but it's pretty disgusting down there. And I know this season is over, but going into next year, can we do something like having some kind of campaign for clean parks? I'm thinking start out like a almost friendly, woodsy owl, give a hoot, Sparky the Squirrel, come up with some slogan there, but some signage. And then when it continues to be filthy, I think we should add to it that if you don't keep the parks, the water park clean, it gets shut down.
I think.
And then third, shut it down,
I think
until they get the message.
Like a Sparky video showing Sparky going around picking up some of the litter in the parks is a great idea.
Okay.
Big construction.
That'll
paper
work.
painted
Yeah.
eyebrows on it.
It is cute. Unfortunately, the only people that would see it are the people that would pick up their trash.
Yeah.
But I do love the idea that we should.
What
do
about
it.
just a lot of times for our more popular events, by the end of it, the trash can is overflowing.
Right.
So maybe more trash cans and maybe a set of trash cans right next to the splash pad.
So there are more trash cans in Cooper Park now. We just put them out, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I think. But there's also a dumpster there. So I don't know if it's just like having more bags available, so that we can pull the bags out of the cans that are around, make sure that that gets in the dumpster before, I don't know, the night comes and all the animals come out and spreads trash everywhere. Because I know there's been plenty of times where I've had to maintain a splash pad, do a splash pad day, like on a Sunday, and it's not necessarily just after an event. It could be any Saturday, where all the cans are overflowing. And it's just like, okay, well, if somebody was checking it later at night to make sure that when the cans are full, that gets put in the dumpsters, rather than have the opportunity, like I said, for the raccoons and everything to come out of the woodwork and spread it all over the place. We could certainly work on that.
Is there some way we could incentivize the people who rent the pavilions to be more responsible?
I mean, we always tell them when they fill out the rental form, it's always dispose of your trash, and it even says on the rental form where the dumpster is. So it's like sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Right.
If they don't.
Yeah.
Bingo.
How
That's the thing. It's like we keep the fee. I mean, we keep it no matter what. So it's
No,
it could
no,
be
I'm
a-
saying an extra fee if they don't.
It could be a deposit fee that they get back, but that's more work for you. But yeah.
So again, and we just raise those fees too. We could always raise them again. I mean, it's not. I mean, again, like they book up months in advance now because of the splash pad.
Yeah.
So that might be a council thing. Pointing at the council member in the audience.
Because if the question really is why is there so much? Is it from the rentals, or is it from
more people
just
in
people
general?
or both?
People, more events, more whatever.
More kids.
Yeah.
Kids are.
If it was the rentals, then a deposit would probably fix that they get back. But if it's just people that are coming,
Could be the first assignment of the new parks.
Right, and that's what I was going to say too, because we have a part-time person that handles the splash pad, and again in the mornings, one of her duties is to make sure that the cans are emptied and the trash is gone. But again, that's only.
Yeah.
There's still trash that can blow around like all night.
Right.
Because again, the last check of the splash pad is usually around 4 p.m. and who knows what happens between 4 p.m. and 8 a.m. the next morning.
We could always make an announcement after our movies and events to pick up your trash.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Put a
And we can
slot.
do a better job making sure like the dumpster's not overflowing, things like because that's some of the things too. Is sometimes people, hey, I'd throw it in the dumpster, but the dumpster's full already, and usually we empty those Mondays and Fridays, so that they're ready for the weekend. But one busy Saturday is all it takes.
Or have you seen those things at beaches where they'll give you a bucket, and if you fill up the bucket
Fill
with
the
trash,
bucket.
you get like a free drink or a free snack or beer or whatever.
You get
Not
a
a park.
free hot dog if you
free
fill
hot
up
dog
a
if
small
you-
bag of
yeah,
trash.
something like that.
Works
Keep
for
on.
us.
There's lots of ideas. All right, good.
All good.
We'll. I'm looking at Nick. This is like, I'm like, we'll schedule a time where we can get Sparky out there doing a PSA video.
Bring it in
It's gonna
And that's
happen.
another thing you can show before and after the movie.
Yeah.
At the beginning and the end of the movie.
Yeah, be part of the intro thing.
Yeah.
Have
When-
them repeat on the
Like that.
loudspeaker
Yeah.
during the flash.
Right. When daycare groups come to the splash pad, do they have to let you know that they're coming? They just come?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if there were rules with bigger groups that are
That
coming.
that's gonna end up being we can't limit who gets there. Like we can limit the
Sure.
number of people in the park just because it gets unsafe.
Okay.
But there's no way to check like groups, like who's part of what group, and like
Okay.
because again, if they're not renting a pavilion, it's an
Oh,
open park.
that's true.
I mean, there's no mechanism for us, and it's
Yeah.
like that's come up before at council to try to figure out a better way.
Right.
But at the end of the day, because we don't charge, the park's open, it's
Right.
it's not limited to the town residents or anything like that. It's like, okay, well, how do you institute something like that in what's basically a free open park?
True.
That's a tough one. what I'd like to do is at least try to, and again, like I said, we're gonna redo the parking lot down there, but we'd like to keep buses out of, like, off of Cooper Drive. Just because when they come and drop off all the kids, it's I don't want to say it's mayhem, but the buses take up more than one space. And, you know, if they're parked on Cooper Drive or they're parked in the parking lot, you know, they're taking up a lot of that space, which pushes cars out everywhere else, and it's just kind of a mess. So if we could figure out a better place to put the buses, at least, we're not going to be able to necessarily limit the number of kids that they cram on that bus and drop off at the splash pad. But
They
try
can
to get
park
it
at
safer.
Sykesville Middle if schools are out.
Right.
Could we put a weight limit on the road? I mean, it's our road, it's.
Yeah, but again, I think we just prohibit buses, and I don't think you even need to do a weight limit. It's just,
Okay,
hey,
so
you
no
can,
bus to
you
walk.
can drop off, but get out and park somewhere else, and when you're ready to leave. But again, we'll work through all that and be ready for it for next season. And especially if we figure out a way to, I don't exactly know how the parking lot's going to be redesigned, but you know, if there's more space there where you can like find a specific bus parking area right there, then maybe. But I don't want them in there. It's pretty tight anyway.
Is it to turn it around or?
It's a pain in the butt. Yeah.
Well, that parking lot that is going into Sykesville Middle, first one on the left, all the way back, hasn't been used for 100 years.
Right.
Right. Is there any way of, can that be reused? Because you could build a trail easily between there and Cooper
Yeah.
Park. It's our town property now, right?
So I don't know what. So I know Sykesville Middle, and this just they've been talking about expansion for quite a while. So I swear I just saw something in the newspaper saying that finally got funded, and I don't know what that design is going to look like. So I mean they're not going to start building next week. I think we've talked to the school before about utilizing their parking lot, and it's always been.
Town property or is it public school property?
It's school property, so that's always, it's one of those, well, we didn't necessarily ask permission, but people park over there and they don't complain. As long as, you know, it's not all beat the heck. But yeah, opening up that parking lot that's another option just from a parking standpoint. I don't think that fixes any of the trash issues.
Okay, anything else? Okay. I motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:38.
I second.
All those in favor?
Right.
Thanks, everyone.